Sound muted. No whisper target found. Microphone muted.
Alright, I think we got the stuff set up now, so I can talk. Basically, what I'm going to do here is Marty is at work and potentially watching. I'm going to go try out that ground modification mod that we downloaded, which is basically a roller. And it supposedly allows you to change the ground to 4 different things just by rolling over top of it with that thing. So this is our test map that we have up that basically we just use to test stuff on to see how it works. Still Pleasant Valley. So if it works on this, it should work on our other map, but it won't allow you to use this mod in multiplayer. So basically the test is, I'm going to turn it on, go out, see if it does what it's supposed to do. And then whenever Marty gets home later, we'll probably put this test map up and go in and make sure he can see whatever I change. And if he can, then we'll probably do this on our map that we really use. I'll have to go in offline and change stuff where it needs to be changed or where we want it changed, and then, like I said, if he's able to view it on this test map here, whenever I change it, then he should be able to on the other map also. And now I just gotta find it. That's sometimes more of a challenge than actually using the thing, is finding out where it's at. I swear I turned the mod on. I also swear I put it on single player, but I do put up multiplayer 90% of the time where I do it, so maybe I messed up and put it on multiplayer. Don't remember doing it though. I just don't see this thing. Alright, so we looked in every area of the store that there is. I don't know if I set this thing up wrong or what I did, but it basically looks just like this thing right here. I can't find it anywhere in the store. Oh yeah, there's way less options there. There's no multiplayer menu. So I definitely put it up the right way. Just, it's not showing up. And maybe I'd have to go read the mod description better. Maybe it's not its own mod. Maybe it turns the existing roller into something that you can change. Not something that I tried yet, so we know we definitely turned it on this time. If that seems to be the case where I still can't find it in the store, I'm just going to try to buy the default roller and see what it does. Make this thing some crazy standard so that I remember which one. Well, I guess it really doesn't matter. If it changed this mod, it changed this mod, no, I'll do it. Hook to it and see what options it gives us. Yeah, so you guys can't see my menu here, but I do have different options on this thing. I guess I never really looked at it that close before to see if there was an option, but I can push my X button and it says remove grass, Right now it says no. And turn it to yes. So that's the first thing that it does. And now I have the option for ground type, and it says original ground. And switch it to cultivated, plowed, sowed, sowed wide, grass field, asphalt. So that's definitely the first indication that there's definitely something different about this, and this map really doesn't matter to me that much, so I'm going to test this just to see if it only works in the field, if you can use it wherever you want to use it. And you can see that it works. It is changing this to asphalt. This is sand. We don't own this field, so we're going to see how close we can get to it. I don't, yeah, it's not letting us actually change the field because we don't own it, but let's just do the driveway clear up to it. So you guys know, if you want to make a beach, feel free to make a beach. If you want to make a road, go for it. This is concrete, so this looks more like the stuff that would be like around your buildings and stuff like that than the actual looking like the road. Hopefully there's an option to get back to dirt. Pine needles, so I was assuming this probably looks like the forestry area. They turn it real dark. Basically what it looks like it's doing. Anytime you get to an area that is full of forest, that's considered a forestry area, it basically looks like this. It's supposed to simulate like a bunch of pine needles that had fallen and rotted. There's grass, so get back to grass. I don't know if grass would grow off of this or it just kind of lets it as a flat grass area. So it probably lets it as a flat grass area. You would have to plow it up and sow it with grass. Back to gravel. So I don't see a dirt option anywhere. I'm gonna try to turn the remove grass on and see what that does. Didn't really seem to do anything. Oh yeah, I guess it does. That's with the remove grass off. And that's with it on. So you can see it does definitely take the grass out from whatever you're doing underneath it. Huh, apparently we didn't go through all of gravel. This is different. That's leaves. This is rock, so that's what all the mountain faces look like. They have rock on. Mud. We all like mud. slabs. Basically looks like it punched out a bunch of paver looking things. And dirt. So if we really wanted to, we could sit here and turn all this back exactly the way it was before we started with it. I'm gonna go ahead and do a little bit of it to see if there's any glitches. One area looked like it didn't really change back here. I guess it's just a tire mark right there. So I guess there's a possibility this works in multiplayer, and Marty and I just didn't pay attention to the other options that's on it, because like I said, I didn't buy a different roller. It's like it just turned this roller into that piece of equipment that you can change everything with. So I never pay close enough attention to who makes these mods, but another cool mod right here, especially if it does work on multiplayer and I just wasn't paying attention or doing it the right way. But if this works on multiplayer, Marty and I are going to end up using this for sure. And I wouldn't recommend coming over here and messing with the fields that you don't own. You can see right here the first time I went through there, it's just the angle. But I'm messing up this guy's field. I wouldn't try to do this on the map that we're actually using. Like I said, this map here, I don't care too much about it. If it would have went through and rolled half of this field here, I could really care less. Usually I don't even save it when I leave here. Grass in the meadow looks different because that's an option. And there's a lawn. Looks even different. Bright dirt. I'm really surprised this has this many options. I would have thought I would have got back to a default now. And here is original ground. So I'm going to move around here and see if this puts everything back the way that it was, or if it just overwrites everything. I'm still, I got remove grass on. I'll turn that off so it's not rolling down there. Well, I turned the remove grass off. I think it still rolls it down, which, yeah, I think it'll roll back at that point, but I'm not positive. But yeah, you can see, with the original ground on, it basically is putting everything back the way that it was. Doesn't matter what was there, whatever it was originally is what it puts back there. So that's kind of cool. If you mess something up, you probably put it back pretty easy. I can't guarantee that grass is going to grow in those spots again. I might have to do something to get the grass to grow in those spots, but especially any place that I click remove grass, it may do that. But yeah, besides messing this guy's field up over here a little bit, which he'll get over it. Got grass showing up in his field now. Yeah, got everything back the way it was. The biggest thing that I wanted to do with this, get it off the ground here so it's not wiping everything out, but there's a spot up at the top of the map where there's not a real good entry or exit that I've seen out of there. On this map here, we're going to drive up there. It's going to look the same as what it does on the other map. And it's the same map, besides Marty and I haven't been working this one. I definitely did not go the right way to go there. So for this time, let's see if there's a shortcut through the mountains anyway. See a road over here, so that looks promising. Marty basically takes care of this area up here whenever we're online, so I don't know where all these little roads go. Basically, Goldcrest is in the middle of this map, so anything that expands past where Goldcrest was, you have to find your way through there. And yeah, this kind of ends right here. I need to go this way, so you go over this mountain and hope for the best. Oh yeah, it came back on its wheels. Probably could have found a better way down than that super steep part right there, but heck with it. I'm gonna have to look on another map. I do not remember seeing that before. There's sheep inside that fence, which they're not our sheep. I swear, for whatever reason, that is not on our other map. I don't go up here a whole lot, especially that direction, so maybe I just missed it or never seen it. How's it going, Adam? Sorry, I didn't have the chat up earlier to be able to monitor it. Now we're getting pretty close to the area that I'm talking about. And to do this the correct way, you probably wanted to get some trees out of the way also. But what I'd really like to do is make an actual something that looks like a road that kind of goes over this mountain. Up here on this part of the map, Marty had planted poplar, which we need poplar at the one factory that we own and keep up with and everything. Well, the poplar was in one of these fields down here, and it's not that hard to drive up this thing. Even the lowest horsepower tractor, I'm sure, will drive up it. It's more the fact of not knowing what to look for. I made 5 trips with that thing last night, and after I did, I knew to come up here and turn and go up this little mountainside thing here. But what I was thinking with this is if we had this roller, we can make something that appeared to be like a road that goes over top of it. Make it a little easier to tell where you're supposed to go. And there's a spot through the trees right here. I don't know if it's better to do it here or down a little bit further. Doesn't appear to be as steep down here. Alright, so I'm going to get this thing on dirt. I'm going to try to extend this dirt road and make it look somewhat presentable. Alright, so we're on dirt. We're removing grass. So there you go. 2 passes. Down here in the grass part, it definitely doesn't look bad. I really don't think it looks that bad going across the stone part. It looks like we just decided to lay down some dirt so we could drive over it. So yeah, I guess the next test would be to see if it really does work on multiplayer and we just weren't looking at those other options. And initially I thought about putting this thing down through here. Anywhere. This is a really nice incline going down, but there's not anything that is very straight. You'd have to remove some trees down through here. Kind of really bumpy. So before I actually do it on the map that we're using, I'll talk to Marty, get his opinion. He's going to be driving in and out of here more than what I am anyhow. But like I said, it gives you a place to look for instead of just driving right over top of a mountain. Yeah, Marty, he might like driving over the mountain better. He drives clear up to over the top of and tries to ramp stuff off of it. I'll go back here to the field that we had poplar in. You can see on the right side how high the mountainside is there now. There's no good way in or out of this place from back here. We got some pretty powerful tractors. You could drive it over that mountain if you wanted to. Every time you do it, you take a chance on getting stuck or rolling over and then figuring out what you want to do to get it out of there. But basically this field on the left is where we have the poplar at. And I really don't think that I'd want to try to make a path up through here. Trees aren't a big deal. We can get rid of trees, no problem, but the height of this mountainside and how far it goes up. You see the T5 with the roller on the back. It goes up it doesn't really like it. And you get up here and there's nothing really super consistent. We could weave our way through here with a road, but all the longer it takes to get back over there where we were, especially in something that's a little faster than this thing. Probably just let it where it's at. I really can't think of anything else that I would need to test while I'm in this map. Anybody's watching, anything you want to see done with this roller or see if it works or whatever, now's the time, because I'll probably be shutting this thing off soon. Might just wait for Marty to get home and jump on so we can actually go farm. I was on for a while last night doing stuff while he wasn't on, and not that that's a huge deal, but there's a chance of getting his stuff behind, because I only do so much with taking care of his stuff. I hear you, Marty. What's going on, Chris? See if we can't do some sand artwork here. Tractor doesn't turn quite as good as I wanted it to make my R. Doesn't look perfect, but yeah, that was our goal. Come in here and figure out how to use this ground modification mod, which come to find out there is not a separate roller for it. It just uses the default roller. You select the options of what it does. So I think that's it. If guys have any questions or comments, feel free. The video will go up once it gets done processing and everything. If you have any questions about that mod, I can try to help you with it as best I can. If you want to see a whole lot of farming and probably laugh a little bit at Marty later, we'll probably stream our actual map that we've been working on. So check us out.